on, guys? DadDash here, and I wanted to jump in here with a little video just to comment on the controversy that I'm seeing out there. I'm seeing it pop up all over YouTube, and that is the controversy that I guess DoorDash made an announcement for some goals it has for the long term, and some of those goals are to create situations where they have more traditional job W-2 style work versus the ability to go in and do like what we're doing right now and be the independent contractor. And I wanted to react to that and give my 2 cents, because a lot of people are making, I think, a big deal about something that isn't really that big of a deal. Because what it is it's a new opportunity, just like anything else. It's no different than if a new app came. And I think what it comes down to is reminding ourselves that we are, at the end of the day, essentially business owners. Even though we don't own a business, it's a hybrid type deal, or we're every bit business owners, but we're not. And what I'm trying to say here is that as a business would, if there's a new vendor in town or a new opportunity or a new person, they're going to adapt. And that's what we have to do. We have to adapt, and we have to figure out where it fits within our business model. And that's what I was saying. We adapt, right? We have to adapt. And adaptation is part of business. And what I mean by adapt, I mean we figure out, how does this new thing that's happening fit into our business model? And it's not scary. DoorDash isn't going away. DoorDash will not go away. And I, quite frankly, am not afraid at all that gig work in general will go away. It will change in form. It will change in what they're asking us to do. But the conceptual concept of gig work will never go away. We will always have work to do, whether it's delivering food or whatever else comes up in that form, if we want to do it. If you don't want to do it, if you're tired of it, if you want to get out of it, you have that ability to do that. So don't be scared by the headlines or the people trying to get you to click on a video. DoorDash is not going away. DoorDash is simply evolving and trying to figure out a way to I think, help meet the needs that it has and that Dashers have, and that as it becomes a bigger company, it wants to look at like a more responsible company, and it wants to look like a responsible employer, and it wants to figure out how to wear both hats. And I think it understands that, it's easier said than done when it comes to doing something like buying, self-driving cars and things of that nature. I mean, you have to remember that DoorDash, now, as they make more money, of course, they may have access to more cash. But the idea here is that DoorDash is trying to make money off its technology, and with as little investment as possible. They don't want to pay workers. Are you kidding me? Do you think they're going to want to go buy and spend $1 billion on a fleet of self-driving cars, and then you're going to have people to take care of those cars, program those cars, oversee the programming of those cars? It's not as easy as everyone seems to make it sound, because it sounds on the surface like, oh yeah, we can just get rid of dashers and throw cars in there. No, the whole thing that makes this thing go right now is the fact that they want us to buy the car, and then we take on the expense of the vehicle, the maintenance of the vehicle, and they pay us a small fee, and then we go take care of the food. And that's how it works. When they have to pay for the car, okay, those cars do not last forever. So they're going to have to make a continuous investment on vehicles in order to make that make sense. And my point is, that's not going to happen. So I don't feel like there's a threat of any kind that we will be in any danger of having a self-driving vehicle replace me. I just don't. And, you know, I kind of got off on a tangent there about the self-driving vehicle, but my point of it is that I'm saying there's a lot of stuff out there, because that's one of the things that I've heard other YouTubers talk about, and people actually have legitimate fears that we're going to get. It's not going to happen. The amount of money DoorDash would have to spend, and then the ability for them to have to figure out how they're going to run these things. In a city, yes. But they're not going to be able to run these cars in an urban area and do it well. I mean, you saw what happened when Lyft and Uber tried to launch it, and I was out in Vegas when Lyft was running those things, and it didn't go well. It didn't work well. You still had to have a human being in there, and they were paying a human being, I think, $50,000 a year to sit, or the equivalent of $50,000 a year to sit in the car while it drove, and it didn't even operate that well. It wasn't very reliable. So to me, look, the concept of what we're doing is they are paying human beings a fee to go do something, and they get a cut for connecting the two human beings together that need something done. And that's never going to go away, guys. So don't be worried. This is a good thing. If it doesn't fit, if this isn't going to fit, whatever DoorDash is doing doesn't fit or make you comfortable, then you know what? Don't do it. I mean, it's that simple. You know, and maybe it will. Maybe we'll find out that this is something that we can do. I mean, I think, you know, you got to look at it and say Amazon Flex is as close to actual W-2 work as it gets. That's not W-2 work. They give you a set amount of hours. They give you a set amount of money. And you go to work for them, and you're on a digital leash until those packages are delivered. And guess what? It works. People do it. I do it occasionally. And, you know, we're still W-2 employees, we're still 1099 employees. So, like I said, don't worry about it, guys. I think it's exciting. I think you need to learn about it. You need to educate yourself as a gig business operator on exactly what it's going to do. And what you need to be doing is, instead of sitting here worrying about it, you need to be trying to learn as much as you can about it and figure out how you're going to integrate it into your daily working and your daily workflow, and how you're going to make you make money. Because that's what they're trying to do. DoorDash wants to make money. I want to make money. So therefore, I want to figure out how I can use that. And if DoorDash thinks it can make me money, I'm going to find out if it can. And if it can, I'm going to use it. If it's not, then you know what? It gets pitched in the trash and it goes away, and that's no big deal. That's fine. If somebody else thinks it makes money, great. Then I hope they can use it and it works for them. Anyways, guys, I'm going to jump off here. I just wanted to jump in on that little blurb there, because I'm seeing this all over, and I just sometimes see you know, I think there's a race for clickbait, but I think there are people out there that sometimes really take this stuff seriously to the point that they get really worried about it. They're losing sleep on it, and they think it's the end of something, when the reality is it's not the end of something. Gig work is here to stay. Gig work is going nowhere. And I am 100% positive in that. It will change its form. It will change. The opportunities will change. But the overall concept of gig work is going to be here, and it's going to be here into the future. And you're going to see the traditional employee and gig work. I think you're going to see a more hybrid work style start to come together. And we'll be able to say we were right here at the cutting edge, right at the beginning of all this, when it finally takes form, whatever that is that it ends up being. So anyways, guys, jump off here. If you're enjoying it, if you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe. If you are first coming to the channel, I'm Steve. I'm DadDash, and I take you on ride-alongs. I do tips, tricks, videos. I do, you know, keep you abreast of the news. I'll give you my perspective on a gig economy. I've been doing it now for over a year. Came from the business world into the gig world, and did so for family reasons, and then I decided to stick around after a year. So, you know, I think it's a pretty exciting deal, and I have found that there is a definite need for us to connect in some way, and I think YouTube is a great way, and that's how I'm choosing to contribute. So guys, if you like that, if you want to help me out by growing my channel and growing my footprint, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video. All right, guys, I'll be talking to you soon.